Hey everybody, it is Hump Day, and this is another episode of Staying Super with SimplySuperDave. I love Wednesdays. Wednesdays are the nicest days of the week, and I mean nicest days of the week, because you're halfway there. You're halfway through that week. You know, we got to set a timetable for ourselves. We got to push hard Monday, carry it on through Tuesday, reassess on Wednesday, get her done Thursday, roll through Friday, and enjoy your weekend. Have all the party fun that you want to do. Let loose, go loose Saturday. Rest and give thanks. Reflect on Sunday. That's how I do things. So here we are at Wednesday, and we're reassessing the week. What have we been talking about this past few episodes? You know, the banks collapsing and all that neat stuff. They kind of have a plan already figured out, and I feel like, I don't know. If another one goes down, then maybe this will go worse than we think. But, oh, there's the old train rolling in. Can you hear it in the background? I live next to an air base and a train track. Waiting for that next derailment. Oh, it's going to blow on through here. I love doing the podcast out and about. Every now and then you'll hear a rooster in the background. We're not too close to the goats, so don't worry about those. The square pupils, those always freak me out, but what an interesting creature the goat is. All right, what's today's topic, Dave? What are we reassessing? All right, for one, I'm going to just get this one out of the way. I touched on it. I've told you my beliefs in God and all of that, but how I feel about religion. I feel like religion is a part of human history. So it's a part of it. I think it's the way to make people better. I think religion is a good thing in a lot of people's lives, as, you know, you have, let's put it this way. If you're out in the open ocean, you're going to have people in boats. Everybody's in a boat, okay? Some people don't know how to sail, all right? So you're going to need to learn how to sail. Then there's people out there that just can naturally get on a boat and fucking take off and live forever on the ocean like Popeye the Sailor Man, okay? Not everybody's Popeye. So religion, I think, is there to help navigate for people that don't have a natural will at it. And the reason I say that is because to have one narrative, one religion, and be all right all is ridiculous to me. For one, I do truly believe that God is it is incomprehensible. Like, you cannot comprehend what God truly is. It even says he's in all the religions. There's no way that you would understand if he spoke. And, you know, like the Bible's written through interpretations of God speaking to people in their translation of what he said, which you just have to believe, right? That's what all religions ask for, is faith. So, because they want to lead you to be a better person, so you can be accepted into God's, you know, heaven, and not be damned to hell or whatever. And which I laugh because there's different narrations of that. You know, I of course listen to the traditional Christianity version of it all, no matter what system you want to break it down into, Baptist, Methodist, or whatever, and Pentecostal that are running around, the Lutherans and the Jehovah's Witnesses, and just the non-denominational, and so many churches out there, and they all have a different brand that breaks down from one, blah, blah, blah. So when you think about it, it's not a bad thing. Like I said, a lot of people out there aren't Popeye the Sailor Man. They need some sailing lessons, and that's what preachers are there for, to literally guide people to the right way, you know. Because let's face it, we're all sinners, according to all these Bibles as well. You know, I'm not narrowing down just on Christianity in no way, what shape or form, because even that was only formed a few, 1,000 years ago or whatever, but, or maybe even less than that. But human history goes far and far, far back and in between. And I still believe in God way before they even started writing about him. So I have to have that belief that if something is real in my world, then I have to have a foundational fact-finding way of finding it. And what literally is here today was there at the beginning, and we're just that's why it's important to take off the shoes. Take off the industrial rubber soles. Rubber soles. I mean, think about it. Rubber soles, okay, that disconnect you from, the ground, the earth, the very nature, the energy you are born from, literally born from, that you're a part of. That's just so fascinating to me that they call that the sole of your foot. And that's the reason why, because that's your connection, that's your port. Every now and then we have to go out there, just do it. Go put your feet in the grass. Well, if you got grass, some places are knee-deep in snow. So if you, I guess that's not an option right now. And probably why people get so, think about it. If you're not able to touch the natural dirt, it almost like you become disconnected from your energy, your recharging station. And during the winter times, it gets depressing for people. It's bleak and da-da-da. But once that nature comes back and out and around them, they become alive again. That's the nature of things. So, to me, energy is God, and we're all built from it. I do believe the human on the planet is an elaborate creation that... what's the word for it, has its own world within the world that exists. You hear the roosters, they're talking about it. Preach it, yeah, I know, I hear you, rooster boy, I hear you. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, so people might call me crazy or whatever, but I'm not saying they are. I'm not against religion. I'm just saying I don't... At this point in my life, I don't need it. When I was younger, I'm thankful I had it, because I needed to learn how to sail. I'm not Papa, but I am on the Coast Guard. But looking back in life, I say anybody should try, any type of religion, whatever blows your skirt up, anything to make you a better person. So, when people ask me how I feel about religion, it's hard for me to discuss because it sounds like I'm against religion when it's just not for me, but I encourage it for many. I believe that the power is within each one of those on purpose. Yeah, maybe the reason why I don't like religion so much is because it's the original reason to kill somebody. And because you feel differently than I do, then my God says I must kill you, when I just don't believe in that whatsoever. But it is part of nature if you look in every other. It's just the human evolved version of it. Like, we need to know why. Have you ever set a leopard down after it caught an antelope and asked it, why did you kill that antelope? What did it do to you? I'm hungry. But we do it for different reasons, if you see what I mean. We do it because of hate and revenge and betrayal, or plain evilness. That is the way of the land. That is the way it is. And so in religion we had to condemn one, laws of nature. And so does that leopard go, you know what I'm saying? So it becomes a little bit more complex because I don't judge life to be distributed differently by God. I do believe that as a human, we were gifted by God. But as far as like the soul, the energy, what runs through us, if it's alive, it's a part of God. So take off the shoes, put your soul to its port, and have that little energy connect. I mean, if you really close your eyes, you can really feel it, And the birds are even flying over at this point. I feel like fucking Snow White in the forest here. But so next time you listen to the podcast and I refer to God or anything like that. Do understand my God is a scientifically based thing. I do have faith in it, and I just don't. And yes, I do believe in the Bible. The Shroud of Turin is one of the greatest mysteries that has kept me a believer that Jesus did truly exist, that he did whatever. But also I see in human histories there were several other messiahs before him, dating back hundreds and thousands of years, with disciples, the baptism in the river, and everything that happened, the betrayal and the crucifixion. It's just, and he arose 3 days later, and he could heal people and stuff. And these stories have already been done before even Jesus. So, but was he is it, how many civilizations have we been through already? And where is our Messiah today? Is it going to be him again, in a different version, almost like the Matrix? Are we waiting on our Neo, so to speak? Have we been desensitized by Hollywood and TV so much that whatever they now tell us, that we were just like, really? That's interesting. Instead of, oh, what the fuck? No, it's like nobody does that anymore. Everybody just like takes it, And that baffles me. But religion is something I think that definitely is needed in the world. As long as it doesn't preach anything about killing somebody else just because you believe in God differently than anyone else. Think about it. If we don't truly understand God, and we will never comprehend his plan and ever until we are reunited with him and become one, then everybody's conception of how to believe in God is right, and nobody is wrong, as long as you do believe in him and that you do serve him and so forth, and you put your good foot forward instead of, I don't know, being selfish or hateful, or I don't know, being a bad person for all the temptations in the world that you could think of for anger. Though it's very easy, I do believe in Star Wars. I know that. I do believe that if you do give in to the dark side and give in to your hate and your fear, that you do become a Darth Vader of yourself. I think we all have. I have fell through Anakin's fall before, but luckily I didn't wait to the end before I decided to try to be Anakin again instead of continuing to be my Darth Dave, for example. I think there's a lot you can find in storytelling that gets pushed over in the narratives, that we get desensitized to the point that we don't know what to take seriously anymore. And so when you look for the truth, the only way that you truly find it is if once you know that you believe in something, you don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to get in arguments. You don't need to open the door to questioning anymore, because you've already done that on your own. Once you find that place on your own, then that's when you're truly baptized. And you don't have to be dunked in water to do it, but it is nice to go out in public and say, hey, I believe in God, So if anything in this podcast, even if you're a Baptist, a Mormon, or Lord Jesus, any religion that you want to name, I don't care. I don't care if you're Islam, fucking Dudism, I don't care. As long as you're becoming a better person for it, then I endorse it 100%. I believe in freedom. I believe in the liberty and the pursuit of happiness. I believe in being able to worship God freely any way that you choose, as long as you don't interfere with anyone else's life. It's not hard. It sounds pretty simple, right? But some people just can't keep them to themselves, and they have to be out and about. And that's what public's for. Oh, not someone else's house, not someone else's property, not in the neighborhood. Go to the public square. Have your fun. Have good times. Go to your city. Go to your malls. Go to whatever you go to these days. I don't really care. I'm a recluse, remember? All I need is my living room and a patio, and I'm good to go. So, all I'm saying, folks, is don't hate each other for the differences that you all agree upon, which is to want to be a better person on this planet, to be a better soul, to be connected to the very thing that you belong to, and not try to be so disconnected and believing in the false energy you hold in your hand. Oh, yeah. Remember, you're very in tune with this energy that you're holding in your hand. It's a false energy, by the way. Well, is it? It is created from the earth. Those cobalt mines out there. Ooh, have you looked up that? And I'm not talking about cobalt tools, okay? I'm talking about cobalt mines. Look it up. Cobalt. Look it up and do your own research on that and look about how lithium batteries are being made and the importance of them and why I do encourage finding something better than oil to be an energy source. I do not think that lithium batteries are the way to go. So that seems to be the narrative we're going to be pushed anyway, along with our little financial crisis, to the point that we're going to be one big digital people. And maybe that's where the next Messiah is going to be coming from. Remember, the Antichrist is going to rise from troubled waters, apparently, like a troubled atmosphere, like it's already ready for everything. Okay, well, it's got that covered, AI does. For one, the first time in human history, everybody's connected. We're all following the same fucking headlines from day to day all around the world. Banks collapsed here, they know it over there. You know what I mean? So you got a platform there in full control. Everybody believes in the internet. They're fully, they need it. They want it. They want to be connected. They want the mark. Connect me. I'm connected right now. So, do I believe in a religion or do I just believe in God? I just believe in God. But I encourage those who believe in religion to use that for your personal best advantage. But if I tell you I don't need to come to church, don't damn me. I know what I'm doing. Been on these troubled waters for a long time. And I've been blessed with the extra 21 years I've had to my life. That I could have cut short. But I didn't. I found my connection to the one true energy source I only need. But while I have this other false energy source in my hand, I'm going to use it as a tool, not a weapon. And I'm going to use it for good, positivity. I'm going to make people laugh. I'm going to make jokes of my horrific life and my bad decisions. I'm going to make the best of it. Sure, I'll have my weak moments where I fall apart. But I'm an expert at getting up. And I could do this all day. Anyway, folks, I hope that you had a great hump day, and I hope you look back on your previous couple days and hope it's going the right way. And if it isn't, this is a good time to make that U-turn. Maybe shift the lane, change over, find an exit point, figure out how much further you got to go to get to your Friday. And remember, if you do it with a little love and laughter, you'll conquer any hate and fear that you come across. So go be a conqueror. Don't be a victim.